Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony Six Morning Show. I'm Tony T. We're with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Giving out free picks for today's card. And on today's show off picks, we're here from the NFL. We do have a game between the Bears and the Eagles. Black Friday special. I believe that one's going to be on Prime Video. Also, college football, big card, 13-game card today. I'll have picks for you from the NBA, 11 games, final day of the NBA Cup. There's also college basketball. I think we'll also have a big card from NHL. El Nino should be signing in momentarily. We'll get you some NHL picks. So full board today of games. Guys, make sure you hit that like, that subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. It really helps us build up our audience when you do that. With several, 4 live shows and more coming here on our Tony Mix YouTube channel. Of course, lots of great content. So guys, hit that like, subscribe. Of course, you'll always find our best bets at Tony'sPicks.com. Link in the description. So let's say hello to Chris. And when El comes, we'll say hello to him. And we'll see what's rolling. We'll get right to the picks. Chris, what's happening?
Not much. Coming off of a 2-1 day there. Memphis just couldn't get it done against Navy there. Did cash both NFL players yesterday and touchdown score there, and a first touchdown score that I gave out with Rashee Rice there. So that was nice cash there. But yeah, like you said, full slate of games today. Just ready to get to it.
That's right. Yeah, Memphis, one of the biggest disappointments in my eyes, because this team should have been the team getting in from the group of 5. It took way too many losses for the quality of on that field there, but we'll get to it here. We'll start here with the NFL. Pretty good one tonight, this afternoon, 3 Eastern, between the Bears and the Eagles. We're seeing the Eagles here laying 7. There's some juice on the 7s. We're seeing a 7.5 now at Pinnacle. Total coming about 44.5 is the total. Let's take a look here if there's any weather coming in here in from this one, this game being played in Philadelphia. And I know there was some, we should be looking at some weather games this weekend, not only in college football, but in the NFL. But let's see if it hits today over in Philly. As I'll just go ahead and pull the old weather map up to see if we're getting it. Now it's gonna, let's see here. Let's see my weather report. Here we go. Let's see if we can give you a little report here on what we'll get today in Philly at noon Eastern time. All right, what do we got today as far as weather? And today, well, 42 degrees, but we have almost approaching 20 miles per hour wind, 18 miles per hour wind today in Philly for this one, but no precipitation. 42 degrees. We start with Chris.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Eagles at home here, the -7, coming off that loss to the Cowboys recently. I know the Bears have been hot recently, but I mean, you look at the Eagles are just playing really good in division. They're also playing really well. Conference play 6-3 to the spread in conference play there. And then if you look at them in the division there, they are. Number pulled up here somewhere. Against the NFC North. I mean, they're 5-0 since last season. So I'm going to take them to bounce back here. I know they had that loss last game, but I think they come in and get the win here at home.
There we go. Here from Chris. El Nino's. El, looking at the Bears and Eagles today.
Yeah, let's take a quick look at this one. Looks like it's going to be a windy one. No rain or snow expected, but definitely a lot of wind here. And that being said, I still think this number is pretty low. I think we can get some scoring in this one, and actually like some value on this backup running back here for the Bears. Kyle guy said it was plus 235 last night. I haven't checked the number this morning, but he's had a touchdown each of his last 3 starts, and again Swift kind of fading there a little bit, and starting to see more carries for Mananga. I could see Swift struggling a little bit early here, so should lead to more Mananga touches, and I think he finds the end zone. So love the value too here we're getting on him. So I'll take a shot on Mananga plus 235.
There from El Nino's here. Tell you what I think here about this one. I want to look here with the Eagles here laying it. Bears, they have road losses here at Baltimore and Detroit by wide margin. Remember, they gave up 42 points in a road win in Cincinnati, so the defense here has me concerned here in this road spot. They have been poor defensively in recent road games against the run. Now they have cluster injuries to their defense. So a defensive advantage here for this Eagles team. If you look at the Dr. Chow rating, is plus 9.4 here. The Bears defense, a very low health rating of 64.3. I look for the Eagles in this one to go ahead and get it done. Oh, boy. She could take – well, we'll see. Kelly has the Eagles as one of her survivors. That's an interesting thought there. I wasn't ready for that one, but I'd have to look at the rest of the games. But there might be a possibility there with the Eagles and Bears. All right, let's continue here on the Tony 6 in the Morning Show as we'll turn our attention over to a college football for today. A 13-game crowd. We'll knock them off here in 2 blocks. I just want to just give a scan here of the weather from these 13 games to see if there's any impact here in these games here. 17-mile-an-hour wind in Buffalo as they host Ohio. 44% chance of precipitation. Luke could be rain or snow. We're getting close to freezing there. What else do we have here? 10-mile-per-hour wind in Nebraska. About 11 in Northern Illinois. What else do we have? 10 in Georgia Tech. Nothing really high so far. 14 miles per hour in North Texas. Let's see here. 10 miles per hour in Texas. Houston, Texas A&M. Not a whole lot there. Let's see. Out west, not so bad. Snow forecast for Central Michigan. We could get some snow there today in that Maction game. Houston and Baylor. This is one of your rain games. 67% chance of rain in Baylor. 15-mile-per-hour wind. What else do we have here? But actually, that may be getting tomorrow. Yeah, we got some rain tomorrow, guys. So there, Okie State 55%. That's for tomorrow. But so far, those are what we've talked about. Were for the games for Friday. And we'll knock it off in 2 blocks. So in this block, we're just going to cover the noon games, just the noon games, and that would include Ohio Buffalo, Ole Miss Mississippi State, the Egg Bowl, Ole Miss laying 7 with juice, total 62.5. Iowa, Nebraska, we got Iowa 6.5 on the road, total 39.5. Canton, Northern Illinois 5.5, total 46. Utah and Kansas, and in this one we've got Kansas here, the dog. Utah on the road laying 10.5, 11, total 16.5. So in this one, we're just going to cover the nooners. We start here with Chris.
Yeah, big one for me. You guys already know Ole Miss and Mississippi State Egg Bowl here. And of course, with the looming news of what's ever going to happen to Lane Kiffin here. But I'm going to take my Rebels to go into Starkville and get it done today with -7. I'm also going to take the under. They're 9-1 in their last 10 to the under and under that 62.5. I do think we see some points, but I don't think we see that many. But I am going to take my Rebels to go into there and get it done today and bring back the egg to Oxford.
There we go with Chris. Next up, we want over to El Ninos.
Yeah, could see them getting the win, but as far as the touchdown they're laying, I'm not so sure. I would probably lean to the points there. If anything, Ole Miss, we know how good they've been in the first half, so might lean to Ole Miss there in the first half. While they still have Lane Kiffin, he has an amazing record there in the first half. But yeah, I think Mississippi State can keep this one close overall the full game. Other than that, yeah, not too much here. Not too much in these early ones. Other than that one.
There from El Nino say what I think about these games. I'm going to take the Bulls Buffalo here +7. They are 1 win away from bowl eligibility. We see at Ohio 1-2 on the road here in the MAC. But the Bobcats, they can't really score here on the road in conference play. Just 18 points a game. And on defense, they're giving 4.5 yards a carry in a game with a lot of wind. We could see some run here. And although the Bulls have pretty good passing numbers here, it's the run defense that has me concerned here about Ohio to cover this number. And we got some really cold weather in Buffalo. Bobcats here 1-4 the spread here on the road. I'll look at Buffalo +7, looking for that bowl berth. And they probably will most likely get the bowl berth because looking at the bowl eligible teams, we may have a situation where we get some of those 5 and 7 teams in as well there. We do have a lot of 5 and 6 teams playing each other this week. Another note there as well. Well, I'm going to look here at Nebraska taking the points here against Iowa. I know they have the quarterback change there, but again, we have some weather situations here. Iowa just 2-4 the spread on the road, facing teams that average 5.9 yards per play or greater. Nebraska getting pretty good quarterback play as well. Good work against the pass on defense. But I'll look here at the Nebraska team in this one, getting the points. I like getting points here in this matchup. Yeah, I'm with Ole Miss here laying the number. Now, this is kind of a strange situation. We normally see this game on Thanksgiving Day, and we normally see this game in prime time at night. So it's a little different scenario, different feeling when you play this game. It's an early start there. I think it's still Central Time there in Mississippi, or I believe so. That's 11 a.m. Eastern start, if I'm not mistaken there. So just a kind of weird situation here. We got that early start. Mississippi State has lost 6 of 7. Really poor rushing offense, poor rushing defense. Ole Miss gobble up yards on the ground. That opens up their passing game. As Ole Miss is really getting balance from their offense and defending the run well. And you've seen them. That recent road win by 8 over Oklahoma gives me confidence. Go ahead and lay that touchdown on the road against a Bulldogs team that has been sputtering. And as I said, weird setting here where we're getting an early start instead of a night game, because this game's usually played under lights. And we've seen Mississippi State get the nod, but I think it has a lot to do with that crowd being juiced here. And, of course, Mississippi State, again, this is another factor here. They're also one win away from bowl eligibility too. But I think there's a lot at stake here for this Ole Miss team, get that playoff berth. So I'll go ahead and lay it with them in this spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony S'more Show. We'll close out college football with the final games on the schedule, including Air Force and Colorado State. Air Force 2.5, total 46. Georgia and Georgia Tech, it's the Bulldogs, 14 on the road, total 59.5. San Jose State, New Mexico, the Aztecs 1.5, total 41.5. We got Temple and North Texas 20.5, 20, total 65.5. Big game for North Texas because they're actually in the hunt, because if they win out, they could get that group of 5 playoff berth. So because they will go to the AAC championship game. So win out and that possibility for them to get that playoff berth. Boise and Utah State, Boise 3, total 55.5. Boise wins, and they are in the Mountain West tournament next week. Texas A&M and Texas, A&M 2.5, 3 on the road, total 52.5. Indiana and Purdue, we've got Purdue here, big dogs. Indiana 28.5. You're seeing that hook now on there, total 54. And then the Cup, Territorial Cup there, Arizona State. And then this one, we got the Wildcats road favorites, a 1.5, total 47.5. And we start here with Chris.
Yeah, a couple I'm looking at here. In this one, Georgia Tech, Georgia. I know it's 59.5. I'm going to take over. I think we see a lot of points in that back and forth between these two teams here. Even if Georgia does most of the heavy lifting, I think Georgia Tech can get in there and get us a good bit of points. And then also same direction, Texas A&M and Texas. Going to take over the 52.5 there. I like that total to go over. I think we see a lot of back and forth. If I had to lean aside, I would take Texas A&M as the favorite there, just to fade Texas. Have not been. I know Texas has been doing a little bit better. Still not a fan of Arch Manning, but I would take Texas A&M to cover there. But the bigger thing for me is over the 52.5.
There we go here from Chris. Move on over to El Ninos.
Yeah, I like that over in that Georgia Tech game as well. And also like the over in the Temple North Texas game as well. You got Temple 7-4 the over, and North Texas is 8-3 the over. So I think those trends continue in this matchup. I know it's a pretty big number here at 65.5, but I think we get well into the 70s here. So take that one to go over as well. And I feel like I'm missing one, but I'm going to let you go, Tony, and come back to it if I find it.
All right. So some of these games, I'm going to look at Air Force here. We look at the run games and really poor here for the run game, and really poor here for the Rams. They've really struggled in run defense down the stretch. And Air Force, with all their troubles, they're still running the football effectively. Colorado State has failed to cover 6 of 8. I'll go ahead and lay it here with Air Force here to get it done. Yeah, I'm going to take New Mexico. I think they're the better team. I'm not a big fan of this Aztecs quarterback. Lobos have a recent road win at UNLV. They've covered 5 straight, won every home game in conference play. I'll go ahead and take New Mexico in this one against San Diego State, who's had a very good season this year. Nothing taken away from them, but I'm just not a big fan of their quarterback play. Just too one-dimensional for me there. I can only look for North Texas. The Owls defense has really struggled down the stretch, and I'll look for North Texas here again. If they win out and they beat Tulane in the AAC championship, they most likely will be that group of 5 team. So there's something to play for with North Texas here. So I'll take them in this spot. I could see a lot of points in this Georgia Tech game. I look for the over here. Georgia Tech's defense is what's keeping them out of the AACC tournament. They have a really good offensive team. They have a really good quarterback with experience, but they couldn't stop anything. So I look for points to be scored in this one. Yellow Jackets 3-0 to the over their past 3 games. I like the over in that one. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and lay with Boise State. We saw some improvement now. Madsen's out for the season, so although he could come back for the bowl game, but Max Cutford showed me enough in his last game to back him in this game. Utah State's already bowl eligible, but I know it's a bit of a rivalry game with Boise State, Utah State there. These 2 teams, but cut forth, of course, we know forced into action, but the improvement's enough to put me on the Broncos, who've covered 6 of their past 7. Utah State, really bad performance with their run defense over in recent games. So I'll look at Boise State and go ahead and lay it there. And I agree with the over in A&M and Texas. Texas just can't get the run game going. They're just one-dimensional. So I look for a lot of passing this game. Why run the football when you know it's a waste? You're wasting downs. So I look for some passing. Also, the Longhorns' pass defense has not been sharp. A&M here on the road, they've gotten it done on the road, but I'm looking at the total in this one. The Longhorns have gone over in 3 of 4 as the pass defense has given up a lot of yardage. I like the over there. Territorial Cup, I'll look at Arizona State here. Little home dog in this one. Arizona's just 2-2 on the road in conference, but Arizona, again, poor run defense against the Cincinnati, Houston, and BYU. I'll go ahead and take the Sun Devils in that one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Six Morning Show. We'll turn our attention over to the NBA. We got 11-game card for you guys today, so we'll do 3 blocks. We'll do 4, and the final 3 block there for today. Cup games, sometimes those scenarios just don't play out, right? So we'll see how it rolls. Magic and Pistons here. We got the Pistons 3.5-3, total 232. Hawks and the Cavs. The Cavs road favorite 6 and 5.5, total 237. Wizards and Pacers. It's the Pacers 6.5, total 240, and we'll end the block here with Bucks and Knicks. It's the Knicks 8.5, total 232. We'll take a look at the injuries in these games here. Cavaliers, no Merrill, no Strus. Wade and Porter questionable. Allen is probable there for Cleveland. Trae Young still injured here for Atlanta. As we move on over to Orlando and Detroit, Boncaro and Moritz Wagner still out. On the Detroit side, it's Clinton Sasser, and of course we saw Jaden Ivey just come back to the lineup here after that broken leg. He's questionable here in this game today. And then we also got in this block Washington, Indiana. It is Johnson, Kispert out for Washington. And, of course, we've got Kaishan George questionable. Indiana, still the same. Well, we got Furphy, Jackson, Jones, Nesmith, and Obi Toppin out. Andrew Nemhart is questionable there. So big injuries there for Indiana. And the last one in this block was Bucks and Knicks. And in this one, we've got Porter and Prince out. Giannis is questionable. OG and Shamet are out for Knicks. We start with Chris.
Yeah, look at this Cleveland-Atlanta game. Give me Atlanta at home with the plus 6.5. I mean, neither one of these teams are really covering all that great. I'd rather just have the points with Atlanta. Could see a lot of back and forth here between these two guys. So give me the over as well. Definitely leaving that Wizards Pacers alone. That's just the Gin special of the day. You don't want any part of either one of those teams. Bucks Knicks. I think this is a situation where winner or go home in this. So I'm going to take the Knicks. I know it's 8.5. I think it was 7.5 earlier, but I'll take 8.5 here with New York to get it done tonight and stay in this cup thing on that one. And then let's see, we got that, and then I got Detroit. Yeah, and those are the ones I got there.
Yeah, from Chris on over to Al Ninos.
Yeah, I was hoping to get the Cavs. Well, I actually liked them when they opened at 5.5, so I don't mind the number now. You're also seeing Allen probable. He was questionable last night, and actually those 5.5s are starting to disappear as well, starting to turn into some 6s there. As it looks like he's going to play. Again, that line had dipped last night. Went 4.5, then 3.5. Was hoping to get a 3 with them and kind of fell asleep on that number, but it was, again, 6 or less. I like the Cavs here to get it done. Again, if it does get close to this number, they should cover it with the free throws. As far as the Bucks go, yeah, I got to lean to the Bucks. Again, they kept the last one close. Seeing Giannis questionable here. I don't like him in this spot as much as I liked them in their last one. I will say this. I do think the Knicks have what it takes to make this a double-digit win, but if I were to take a side there, if I would be a small lean to the Bucks here.
There we go with Al Ninos. I tell you what I think here about some of these games. Yeah, let's see. We got the Pistons in action here. I'll take the Pistons here at home. I know This team has really shot the ball very well, but Troy's won 7-8 at home, averaging 117 points per 100 possessions, a +7 net rating on their home court. Orlando's lost 5 of 9 on the road, but pretty good offensive numbers. Defensive is not the greatest here. Magic 36% shooting from 3 here on the road, but they're giving it up here, 39% from beyond the arc. We know Detroit really good defense at home, allowing just 45% shooting, 34% from 3. They've covered 6 of 8 at home. I'll look at Detroit here in this spot. Let's see here. I'll take the Wizards here at that plus price here. Indiana's lost 6 of 8 at home. I know it's been struggles for Indiana, but they've got some. Washington does have some talent on their team. I like the additions. I know the records are bad, but I do like the fact they got McCollum and Middleton there, a little better veteran leadership in this team. And they've got a lot of young guys. And I think the future is bright for this team. I mean, I know the record's horrible right now, but I like the direction they're going into, adding some quality veterans to this lineup of a bunch of young guys. Bali's back in the lineup. We've seen him out. Alex Sarr is in. So I'll go ahead and take the points with the Indiana team that has really shot the ball poorly this year. There's no reason for them to be this bad. You got Benedict Mathurin and company still in there. I mean, it just makes no sense how bad this team's been. But again, they just can't shoot the basketball. One thing with Washington on the road is they're shooting 47%, 39% from three. But Indiana, when you're hitting 44%, 33% from three at home, you're probably getting open looks. You just can't make your shots. That's the problem there. So I'll go ahead and take the points there. Yeah, I like the points as well. Atlanta, that one's moved up. I'll take it with them. Indiana really on the road, just 45% from the floor, 35% from three. The Cavs failed to cover 5 of 7. So I'll look at a pretty fairly healthy Hawks team minus their one star. I think they could play fine without Trae Young. So you got a pretty healthy lineup there for Atlanta. So I'll go ahead and take them in the spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Six Morning Show. The next 4 in this block will be Bulls and Hornets. Bulls road favorites 2.5. There are some threes out there. Total sits. Look at this total, 248.5 out there. Sixers and Nets. It is Philadelphia 7.5. Total 222.5. Spurs and Nuggets. Nuggets here 8 and 7.5. Total 237.5. We'll end the block with Suns and Thunder. Look at this one. Thunder now up to 15.5 out there. Total 225.5. We'll look at the injuries here from this group of games. All right, let's see where we're at here with this one. We go Philly and Brooklyn Nets, and we've got Edgecombe, Embiid, Oubre, Watford are out here for Philadelphia, and George is questionable. Bona here is probable. We've got Highsmith, Porter, Thomas out for the Nets with Saraf here questionable, and we move on over to the in this block we have the Bulls and Hornets, and here we've got Zach Collins out, Ikuro doubtful. And then Wetter, Terry, Vucevic, Kobe White, and Williams here are all questionable for Chicago. So a lot of injuries here on this Bulls side. On the Charlotte side, we got Connaughton, Green, and Williams here that are out. And then what do we have here? We got the Nuggets game, right? We got the Nuggets in this one. We got Castle, McLaughlin, and Wemby out for San Antonio. Braun, Gordon, Strother, still 3 key contributors out for Denver today. And then the final one in this block is the Suns and Thunder. And we got Grayson Allen, Dunn, and Jalen Green here still out for Phoenix, and Topic and Aaron Wiggins out for OKC. But the big news in this game is we're seeing the return of the good Jalen Williams. That's probably why we've seen this line up to 15.5. So the good Jalen Williams returns for OKC today. We start with Chris.
Yeah, look at this Sixers Nets game. Give me the over 222.5. I don't think we've seen any defense played there. Just a lot of up and down going back and forth between these two guys there. I'm going to take the Nuggets at home against the Spurs there. I got minus 7.5 is what I've got it at right now, so I'll take it with them. And yeah, we'll see how Jalen Williams comes back into the fold of things here and gets into play with these guys. Could be a smash spot for OKC, or the Suns could be sneaking the back door. So I'm gonna take the plus 14.5 with the Suns just to see how Jalen Williams comes back into this and play. I'd rather have them just in case it comes late and they start getting into foul trouble and everything like that. We'll see, but give me the plus 14.5 with the Suns.
There we go with Chris. Move on over to El Ninos.
Yeah, seeing a nice plus price on the Nuggets to win both halves. I'm seeing plus 175 there. If you want to take a shot on that, I think it's well worth it. OKC, again, if you think they're going to blow out, I'd rather take them to win both halves now. No plus money for them. You're going to have to lay a little bit of juice, but they should be able to cover that. But as far as the spread's concerned, I do agree. I'd lean towards taking the 2 touchdowns there with the Suns. Next up, we had Bulls and Hornets. That's definitely your happy hour special right there with see if the Bulls are, which it looks like they're selling this one. So if they all sit, I just see maybe the Hornets getting a rare win here. If any of these guys play, I'd be a strong lean to the Bulls in that one. And which one did we not touch? Yeah, Sixers, Nets. I guess I'll leave that one alone.
And that one alone there from Al Ninos here. Yeah, Sixers Nets, I agree with Chris. I like the over in this one. You're not going to see a whole lot of defense here. We know Brooklyn can't defend, and some of their defensive numbers have been bad. At home, the Nets giving up 52% shooting, 122 points a game. Sixers have gone over in 5 of 7, and Sixers have shot 46% on the road, but they're not defending as well on the road. So I look for an over in this one as well. Yeah, Bulls Hornets, I got to stay with. Just too many injuries here to even lay with Chicago. That one's, like you said, happy hour special. And even then, I'm not sure if I really want to trust these guys here laying points on the road. Suns have covered 5 of 7 here. OKC in a situation here where they just got to win and they're in. Remember that the point, if you're an undefeated team in the cup, you don't really need point differential does not play into it here in the quarterfinals. At this point, if you have a bunch of undefeated teams in group play, they kind of break the tiebreakers here for home court by regular season record. So that's your tiebreaker here. So OKC far and away would have that if there are more than one. Although I don't think there, I think there are some one-loss teams already in their region, the West. So just win and get home court here. I believe it's a situation for OKC. Although I'm bringing this up because I don't believe there is any motivation for them to run up the score. That's the reason why I would look at that spot. I believe Denver's division has teams with one loss already, if I'm not mistaken. There. So OKC, if they win, they get home court next round. So I'll look at the Suns getting the points here in this one. Suns have defended the 3-point line pretty well. OK's doing this by hitting just 33% from 3 at home, which is pretty interesting to me how they're being able to pile up wins and not hitting threes. But I'll take them in this spot. What else do we have in this block here? Boy, this Spurs Nuggets game. Probably want to lay alone. I want to stay away from that. Although it's come down from the 9 to 7.5, just not comfortable laying. Those are the ones that I like here in this block. All right, let's close out NBA here today with the final 3. We got Kings and Jazz. We got the Jazz here laying 2 at home, total 242. Grizzlies and Clippers. The Clippers, look at this. They're favored 6.5, total 224.5. And the Mavericks and Lakers. It is the Lakers 10.5, total 230.5. And let's take a look at the injury report for these final 3 on the board. We look here at Sacramento and Utah. It is Sabonis still out for Sacramento. Of course, Schroeder is questionable. Of course, Keegan Murray has been playing a few games now, back for Sacramento. On the Utah side, just Nang is the only player out here for Utah. Memphis and the Clippers. We've got for the Memphis side, Clark, Jerome, Morant, Pippen, and Small still out there. On the Clippers side, no Bogdanovich, no Jones, no Miller out for LA Clippers. Mavericks and Lakers. Here we've got on the Dallas side, Irving, Lively out. Davis is questionable. Has returned to LA here. All right. And Ayton is probable. Marcus Smart is questionable for the Lakers. So there we go. We started off here with Chris.
Yeah, I'm going to take just a slight lean there. Definitely nothing premium on the Lakers, Mavericks, but I'd take the Lakers at home to get it done. 10.5 there. Marcus Smart doesn't push the needle there for me either way on that. But I think it's just one of those things where LA takes care of it tonight. And then I'm going to take also the Clippers as well. The Grizzlies are just absolutely terrible. They're banged up. I think we're worse this year than we were last year potentially. So I would just take the Clippers at home. I think Kawhi wasn't listed on that, so he should be in there. But Memphis just seems to be very disorganized and everything. Don't know what's going on there, so I'd rather just have it with the Clippers at home.
There we go here from Chris. Clippers still in the wild card scenario, so that's a team that may need to run up the score if they want to get into the wild card run. Although that loss to the Lakers didn't help them. They lost by bundle there, so that hurts their chances there. We'll move on over to El Nidos.
Yeah, I'd lean to the Clippers as well here. Now that if you can still get a 6, I'd lay it with the Clippers there. If it gets anything over that, I'd again go back to my good old to win both halves, which you get almost 2-1 on your money for the Clippers to do that in a game they very well can. I think is definitely worth a shot there. And again, Lakers, I don't want to lay the 10 points. So again, I'll take them to win both halves here, plus 110. Not great price, but still plus money. But as far as the spread's concerned, again, I'd probably lean to the Mavs rather. Well, this is a game that Lakers could just try to show out in, but I'd lean towards getting the points if anything. But again, my stronger play there is just Lakers to win both halves.
Yeah, from Elnius. Just to clarify some of these home courts. Okay, we do have a loss on the West bracket. OKC 3-0, Lakers 3-0, And in the West Group C, we have both the Spurs and the Nuggets 2-1. So if the Lakers and Thunder win, they get home court in the quarterfinals. So there's no motivation for them to go ahead and have any point differential here because of the fact that there's already a loss. In Group C, we already have a team with a loss, and that Group C is really bundled. Over on the east side of things, we have a 4-0 team with the Raptors. We have a 3-0 team with the Magic, and we have a one-loss team here with the Heat. So if the Magic win, they will have home court or in the quarterfinal round because Group C already has 3 teams with 1 loss, so that's bundled up there. So that's how that looks. Let me just go ahead and hit the wild card scenarios here to see who's right now based on point differential. Your wild card from the East will be Cleveland with a +33, the Knicks +26, Pistons +24. So these are your teams here outside looking in that wild card race. In the Western Conference, right now, the Suns here. Well, actually, we got a couple of teams undefeated here in a group play, but one-loss teams include Spurs, Grizzlies, and the Clippers here. But the Clippers have a -15 differential, so they're unlikely to get into the scenario because the Spurs are +23 differential. But again, if these teams lose, point differential doesn't matter. But that Suns game today has a lot. Let's see who they're playing today because they're
not ruling the upset out, huh? They're playing OKC.
OKC, right? Yeah, that's right. So the Suns, the situation here with the Suns is even if they lose, they may get in with point differential, but we'll see how much they lose by, right? That's the big case here because both Spurs, Grizzlies, and Clippers all have 1 loss. So the Suns dropped. If they take a loss here, everyone will be keeping an eye on that point differential. Actually, it could come down to that Clipper.
Sorry, Tony. But yeah, I was just saying that's another reason I like the Suns to try to give it their all to not kind of wave the white flag, even if they do get behind in this game. I expect them to keep trying to score as many as they can just for that point differential right there.
Yeah, because right now they're the number 1 wild card, tied there with OKC at 3-0. Someone's got to go, but we think it's going to be Phoenix, right? But if they can kind of keep it close, they have a shot to get into the quarters with point differential. But then again, do you like their chances against OKC, the Lakers? That's good luck there. So that's kind of just the scenarios there, the meaningful one. But just more importantly, we do have teams that are 3-0 that just got to win to get home court. That's kind of really what I was looking at here. So there's no motivation for those teams to really run it up there with those big favorite teams. I'm going to go ahead. Utah home at home. I mean, that's just to me money against Sacramento. A team just lost 8 of 10 on the road. We're dealing with elevation here. The Jazz have covered 7 of 9 on their home court this year. They have shot the ball pretty well at home and 47%, 37% from 3 there. So I'll look at the Jazz to get it done in that one. I'm not a big fan of the other 2 games. There is no motivation for the Lakers to run it up here. They win, they get home court. And although there could be in the Clipper game, but their point differential is so bad, they got to win by 30 or 40 really to have a shot there. I don't see it. I just don't see it from the Clippers to even have a shot to get it, so I'll stay away from that one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony This Morning Show. We'll turn our attention to college basketball. Of course, we do have some tournaments still in action there in Palm Springs, Battle for Atlantis. And, of course, a lot of the teams that got snubbed, that were not invited to what tournaments will be in action for today. So this time of the year, we just asked the cappers, just give us what you got here from college basketball. And then once we get into late December, early January, and conference season start, then we'll start doing the blocks. So we start with Chris.
Yeah, a couple of them looking here from the SEC today. Vanderbilt, St. Mary's. I'm going to take points with St. Mary's, actually, in that one there. I think they were able to keep it close enough there. That's called the Battle for Atlantis, it looks like. That's nice. They're in the Bahamas. And let's see. And another one I'm looking at here, Texas A&M, Florida State. I know this one is a really high total, 170, 171, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see what I have left. Anyway, whatever it is on that 170, 171 there, I'm going to take it over. I think we see a lot of back and forth between these two. I think it's high for a reason, and I think we get up and over that total.
Here we go here from Chris. We move on over to El Ninos.
Yeah, I'm going to take Virginia Tech here starting on just about 10 minutes. So if you like them to get that bet in right now. Over VCU here. I know they're coming off that disappointing loss, but I think they bounce back here and actually outright them. So you could take the 2.5, could come down the wire, but I like the money line as well there. And not too much else today in college basketball. Sorry, there's a lot going on today.
All right, there's a lot going on. That's why I agree with Of course, I like St. Mary's here. Go ahead and take it here and get the points here with St. Mary's. Important game for them because they're playing one of the high elite teams we're playing a major conference team. They're in a difficult conference. The West Coast Conference is difficult. So if they need to get into the tournament, this will be a help. They'll feather in their cap to get a win against Vanderbilt. So a real important game for St. Mary's here, I believe, because looking at their schedule, they got Davidson, Boise, FAU, Northern Iowa up next. So I don't see any teams up there that's going to help them to get into the tournament. So if they're in that large team, so this is a very important game for St. Mary's. So I'll take them in this spot. Also, we got Loyola Marymount and Stony Brook. I'll look at Loyola Marymount here to get it done. This team has been experienced team with a lot of size. I like the way they've looked this season. This year, a team that's hitting 39% from three. 2-point defense has been very good this season. They're 36th in size. A lot of minutes continuity here for this Loyola Marymount team here, playing this home game against Stony Brook that is near the bottom of all of college basketball and 3-point defense, giving 40% from three. And you're giving up 40% from three, playing the likes of Maine, Yale, Brown, Pacific, and Bethune-Cookman. So when you play decent teams, what's that going to look like? They're very weak inside, very weak offensive rebounding team. So I'll look here at Loyola Marymount here to get the job done. I know Rod's been following that team a lot too. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's on his card, to be honest with you. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show. We'll turn our attention over to the ice for tonight. We got El Ninos here. We have a big card from the NHL. We have a lot of coverage as well on our YouTube channel with the ice. Of course, happy hour, Rod, at 5 p.m. Eastern. We'll get you a lot of coverage there with Ron, and Brian is an ice guy. So we got a lot of NHL coverage for you on the happy hour, 5 Eastern time. So El Ninos in hockey, just give me what you got from this massive card today.
Yeah, a couple of value plays I liked. The first one, sorry, let me get back to them. As you said, it's a pretty massive card. Now, the Rangers-Bruins should be a good one. I went a little back and forth on this one. Could still make a case for the Bruins that are still playing some pretty decent hockey here as they are a little banged up. But I think we're laying a decent price here with the Rangers, who starting to get it together a little bit after a slow start to their season. So I think they need to make the most of any win they can get. I'll take a lay there with the Rangers on the money line. Next up, another good matchup is this Avs Wild game. Again, another team you can make a big case for here in the Wild. And coming in on a 6-game win streak, hard to get in front of them. But again, Colorado on a 10-game win streak of their own. And I think at the end of the day, they are the better team. So again, hate to talk anyone off a big plus money, but I'd lean to the Avs there on my good old -1. Again, regulation if you don't like pushes. There. Kings Ducks, that should be a good one as well. I guess I'll be a homer and take the Kings in that one. But again, gotta appreciate what the Ducks have been doing so far this season. Kings not too bad themselves either, so should be a good one. But I'll lean to my Kings there. Panthers, Flames. I'll lean the Panthers -1, or again regulation if you don't like the -1s there. Again, they're dealing with some big injuries, but they have all season long, and I think they take care of the Flames in that one. Moving on down the list. Jets, Hurricanes, another big one here. We're getting the Jets as a big road dog here. Obviously, Connor Hellebuck is injured, so that they've been getting some plus money lately. Obviously, a big plus price in this one, getting almost 2-1 on your money. I think it's worth taking a shot here with the Jets, even with the backup goalies going in there. The Hurricanes are a good team, but I think it's just too much value to not take a shot on the Jets in that one. So I'll be on the Jets there. And those are definitely my stronger plays of the day.
And there from El Ninos, I noticed
maybe a shot on the Blackhawks there over the Predators.
A lot of early starts. The latest game tonight is 8 Eastern. The Ducks Kings are at matinee affair here, which I don't mind, but it's just very strange to see that we have no games not too many games at night tonight. Only 3, 1 at 7, 2 at 8. So no West Coast late games. Of course, Ducks and Kings there. One that I'll probably keep an eye on. That looks like a pretty good matchup there. All right, we got you through our sports coverage for today. Now it's time for our parlay peripheral segment where our coverage give it a parlay, team player prop, game of the future. They make the call here. We started off here with Chris.
Yeah, we'll take a couple overs in college football today. Give me the over Georgia Tech, over in Texas A&M and Texas in that. Player prop wise, give me Jalen Hurts for a touchdown. He's currently at plus money right now if you can snatch him up for that. And then a little cross sport there. We're going to go over to the Red Wings. Give me, I just had him. He's one of my favorite people here. Alex DeBrincat. Give me him for a goal. So we'll take him and Jalen Hurts to get a touchdown today.
Here we go with Chris. We move on over to El Ninos.
I'll go Cavs. I'll go the over in that North Texas game. And let's throw some hockey in there with, I guess I'll throw the Rangers in there.
Rangers there from El Ninos. Tell you what I like here. 3-teamer here. College football. I'll take Buffalo plus the 7. I'll take Arizona State plus the 1.5, and I'll take St. Mary's at plus the price. All right, we got against the Vanderbilt college basketball. All right, we got you through our parlay peripheral segment. Now it's time to see what our cappers have for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. Heading to a big weekend of action here. Of course, a Black Friday. A lot of sports coverage today. Big cards here from a lot of the major sports as well. NBA, college hoops, NHL, massive cards. You can see our leaderboard showcasing top performers. We'll see what's rolling over at Tony's Picks right now. See what Chris has for sale. Heading to this big card for today. Chris, what you got?
Loaded it up today. I've got you guys a 3-pack in NBA. I've got your best bet in NBA, best bet in college basketball, best bet in college football. I wrapped all those 3 up in a 3-pack as well, best bet 3-pack. And then I've got a 5-pack that includes everything that I have on the board today. So I kind of went heavy. It's a lot of action. Starts early, so get in there on that. Use the promo code Tony T at checkout. Save you the 15% off of any of those. And you guys can pair me up with you guys who see who's on the leaderboard and who's on videos doing well here with us on content and everything. So pair us up together. Let us both go to work for you. And then, hop on so that we're Friday. You guys like that 3-day pass. I cover college football and NFL, college basketball and NBA. So got a lot of coverage out there. You should have several picks this weekend for you guys to jump in on there. You get the late steam action as well. So we're just going to get all that in there today and try to have a good day.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Chris over at Tony'sPicks.com. You can see multi-packs up there on the board with Chris. A lot of the one-day passes here. And, of course, they are a profit guaranteed, meaning they must earn a profit amount purchased will be credit back to your account for site credits. That's profit guaranteed there. Get on board with Chris over at Tony'sPicks.com. But instead of buying all these packages, as Chris mentioned, why not just get that 3-day all sports pass? Great time to get that, especially with all these sports overlapping. So get on board there with Chris over at Tony'sPicks.com. Promo code TonyT at checkout. We'll save you that 15% off. All right, let's see what El Ninos has got for sale today over on the site for this weekend and a Friday as well. So what you got, El?
Yeah, as I said, missed that number on the, or didn't quite get the number I wanted on the Cavs, but I guess if there was an NBA play, it'd probably be the Cavs today. Still don't mind it at the 6, as I said earlier. But I do have my best bet in college football if you want to check that out, as well as my best play in hockey, which, as you mentioned, lots of early starts. So if you want to check that one out, you got to do it sooner rather than later. And again, your best way to go is always those long-term 2-for-1 capper passes. Pair me up with your favorite capper and get all the Steam plays emailed right to you.
That's right, guys. Get on board with El Ninos over at Tony's Picks. And one day passes up there as well from El. NHL Power Play, college football up there. Keep an eye on the start time. Some of these, we've got a game starting in a couple hours here, 1 to 9. We got a lot of early starts today across the board here from college basketball, college football, as well as the NHL with these early starts. And I wanted to take a look here. Yep, we have a lot of early starts. NBA, do we have any early starts? No, a lot of primetime stuff in NBA. So, but yeah, early starts in the rest of the sports today. So make it quick. Get on board with El Ninos and use our promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll be able to save that 15% off. Match them up with your favorite capper with the 2-for-1 capper promotion, making it a great deal there. All right, guys. I have a best bet on the board right now here from NFL. Also a 3-pack from college football. So get on board with me over at Tony's Picks and keep an eye on that long-term subscription, especially with all this football over the weekend. No better time to get that 3-day pass. All right, guys, with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. each time. It is the Tony's Picks, a morning show. And, of course, you guys want to make sure you tune into all of our great live shows up here. 4 live shows and more coming here on the channel because we really give you lots of great content over on our YouTube channel. Matter of fact, just head on over there right now. Just type in Tony Spix into the search console, and you'll find our YouTube channel full with a lot of great content up there. Just head on to our homepage right here. Let's see, I think we're still showing to you. Yeah, we're showing to you right now. So you head onto our homepage, and you can watch our video compilation series up there. I've got stuff up there from the NBA, college football, the NFL up there for you right now. Chris with his hit list up there, NFL and NHL, ready to roll for you as well. Alessandro's got you some coverage as well here with props as well. Our free pick from NFL, I'm in there with Ramon, as well as Chris with props. I'm in there, and you'll probably see Alessandro in there as well. So a lot of content up there. We got Ramon covering you with some college football. I got coverage in there as well. We're really deep today in college football coverage, so check that out. NBA for you. Looks like we got to fix the playlist here. We got a lot of NBA on the board for you guys today. College hoops up there. We got Ramon in there with some. We've got some as well here from Alessandro. NHL, big coverage there from our crew here. Ramon's got you covered for all the games from the NHL today. He went through every game on the board with picks. So check him out. Night Moves coverage there from Ramon up there. Video series and more shorts. So, man, we are deep in coverage today, guys, for you over on the YouTube channel. And if you happen to miss any of our live shows, just hit the live tab, and that's where you're going to find a lot of our content. Our live show, of course, you have two choices. Watch us in vertical with the phone, or watch us here, traditional landscape feature. Our Night Moves, about 3 a.m. Eastern with Ramon and DeAndre, full breakdown on the coverage of the games. Alessandro's got you covered here with the look ahead as well. This one's at midnight Eastern time, so tune in for that, for a great coverage here from Alessandro with the full game coverage there for you right when the lines come out. Of course, our happy hour, 5 p.m. Eastern time here with Chris and company. You often see Chris, Ron Crawford. You'll see Brian in there. And once in a while, some of our morning crew, like Chris, will jump in there. So we got good contributors there on the happy hour as well. So lots of great content over on the YouTube, guys. So give it a check out there if you would. Of course, Chris, your hit list has been a very popular feature here on the channel.
Oh, yeah, definitely getting out there and getting more likes and comments and interaction there. So keep building that up there. As long as I've got data, you guys will have one. I've got you 7 picks today, 2 from NFL and 5 from the ice. And like we've said all morning, you got some early starts. So definitely get in on these and put them in there. We did cash one yesterday. We're doing pretty well with the NHL. So we're going to keep putting that out. Like I said, as long as I've got data, you guys will have a video. I'll put that out there. And if I can be in on a happy hour, I'll do my best to get there. Sometimes it's hard through the week if I'm tattooing, but yesterday I jumped in between Thanksgiving things there and joined Rod and everybody. So always good to be there. I'll definitely try to get in on that midnight thing there. I'm usually trying to work on pics and videos and things of my own. So we'll try to be everywhere that I can and keep giving you guys the best content.
Very good. Exactly, guys. So check it out there with Chris, the hit list, and more here on our YouTube channel, as well as the live show appearances. Chris Alninos, we got you live, but we'll see some dog videos from you as well.
I think we lost them, you know.
We lost Del? Okay, we lost Del. Yes, we lost him. All right. I was looking at the YouTube channel to fix that playlist for the NBA, but I guess, yeah, we lost Del. Maybe the dog got loose again from Mel, but check it out there on the Tony Morning Show. Appreciate everyone's contributions here. We're back again tomorrow live at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Lots of live shows coming up today. Happy hour, 5 p.m. Eastern time. Look ahead with Alessandro, midnight Eastern, and 3 a.m. Eastern time with Night Moves. All of those live shows archived. So for your folks on the East Coast, we got a couple shows where you can wake up in the morning, watch the replay of Look Ahead and Night Moves. And for you guys who need that action right before game time, it is the happy hour, 5 p.m. Eastern time. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. We greatly appreciate that as well. And El Nino's caught the dog. Didn't get too far today, did he?
No, I thought there was someone at the door. So I swear I heard someone outside. Anyhow, I guess I'm losing it. But yeah, anyways.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so we got some of YouTube videos as well up on the channel as well, El Nino's.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Speaking of dogs, yes. No videos again. Sorry, unfortunately. More live shows right now, but yes, we should get more dogs and certainly more shorts up there shortly. So look out for those.
Shorts coming up here from El Nino's over on the YouTube channel. Let me just go ahead and fix that NBA playlist now that I'm here. I don't know how somehow that got reversed there. Let me double check playlist here. I hope I've got it set up right. I think so. Yeah, here we go. We got the oldest published right now. I don't know how that happens sometimes. Let me go to the newest. Hit newest, hit save. All right, we got our NBA playlist set. So the newest videos will show up there on that playlist. So when you guys go check it out, we got that fixed. All right, there we go. So we're all set to roll here. Guys, thanks for joining us here on the Tony Morning Show. We're back tomorrow live here at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. A lot to cover tomorrow. A lot of college football, college hoops, NBA, NHL, and more. So tune in. Any closing thoughts for anybody before we close it out?
Let's make it a winning day, guys.
Make it a winning day as well. I'm going to wake up. All right, guys, you make it a winning one. We're back tomorrow here on the Tony Morning Show.